constantly beat myself up for not doing that, that's like letting one of the saboteurs regain control of my persona and my life. So, um, what's so? But getting back to science is that I, if I can manage my inner demons, my inner saboteurs, but let's talk about, instead of just the 9 saboteurs of my life and persona, let's just talk about my scientific saboteurs, like ego, um, uh, insecurities, and fears of of inadequacy or being looked down on, things that I normally would sort of pretend like, well, I'm not afraid, or I'm not really concerned with that because I'm mature. Obviously I'm mature. If I got gray in my beard, you would hope that I would be a mature man. I almost didn't use that word because I've talked about this, what do you call it, manhood and stuff, about with in reference to Doug's opinion. We talked about this before in other stuff, other venues, but I don't want to get too tied up in Doug's opinion or Doug's attitude. I just I do want to. I can't stop thanking him through you, uh, because we're mutual friends, the three of us. I can't stop. I can never stop thanking him through you, via you, uh, letting you know how much I appreciate his constructive criticism with respect to the science, because his constructive criticism over the years has helped me. Uh, well, and I don't even like that term, refine. Uh, I was going to say refine my framework, but it's not even. It's let's just say make it more accurate. You know, uh, there's two notions in science that are real critical, and they try to teach you that in like a physics laboratory right away. The difference between accuracy and precision, and it's like when you talk about accuracy, it's almost like the old, what do you call it, that old expression, can you know ultimate truth? Can you know what the true value of something is? Well, as scientists, we have to agree on something. We have to agree on some kind of standard of measurement, blah, blah, blah. And, there's tons of standards like length and, we call it, mass, and, there's standards in science. And as scientists, we pretty much have to, in order to be able to communicate meaningfully with each other, we have to agree on certain standards and meanings and definitions, and two core definitions are the notions of accuracy and precision. And accuracy deals with uh, how close you can come to the actual real value of something. But that also depends on your standard of measure. Standard of measure. So if we're talking about length, and you're trying to measure the dimensions of something, uh, I guess you can kind of, in a sense, you can never know the true dimensions of something unless you built it yourself, and even then, it's only with a certain amount of precision. So the thing is jargon and terminology aside, I'm just trying to let you know that as someone who wants to be a good scientist, I want to be a good scientist. I have to sort of continuously catch myself when I'm being maybe egotistical or talking down to people, or what, or I just, or one of my scientific saboteurs is taking over, so to speak. Um, and I don't want them, because it's going to ruin everything. If I let my scientific saboteurs that are within me take over, or let them run the show within me, I'm never going to accomplish anything in science. So, but there's healthy self-critical analysis, the way I was doing before in the previous um, 3 parts, because if I don't, it's not protection. It's not about protecting me from future criticism of other people or external criticism. It's trying to do good science. Uh, Let me try to come up with a. I mean, there's so many fallacies that I adhered to in the past that by adhering to them, and if I made it publicly known that I adhered to them, which I did many times, even if I had a small bit of truth over here, a small bit of truth over here, if if I was clinging or adhering to all these other kind of fallacies, these scientific fallacies, like that black holes don't exist, or the Higgs doesn't exist, or I mean, I could go on and on from the previous segments, right? Or the one that was chopped into 3 parts. There's so many fallacies that I adhere to that and I was sort of making them publicly. I would voice them in essays and stuff, but thank God it was in venues that no one pays attention to, like VIXRA, for instance. So my point is that to be a good scientist for me, I need to keep my scientific saboteurs in check, because they're going to ruin the show. They're going to ruin the SAS show, so to speak. And it's not about self-protection. Or protecting myself from attacks, personal attacks in the future. It's simply about doing good science, and that's what I want to do with my life, is good science. All that being said, that and that's a long. I don't know what is the. Hold on a second. Wow, 20 minutes of prefacing. 20 minutes of prefacing. I'm sorry, it's so long, and I'm going to have to obviously chop this into parts too. Parts is parts. The thing is that what I'm trying to say is that okay, what's the point in me sharing with you as a friend? As a friend. Not as a science friend, like Doug would be like a technical friend, a science friend. But what's the point in me sharing with you if I'm sharing like a fallacy? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's misinforming you, and it's just. So in other words, if I spend hours and hours and hours talking about how black holes don't exist or the Higgs doesn't exist, it's wasting both of our time. And I'm trying to let you know that I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste my time. It, talking about things that, or again, to put it in that guy's terminology, letting my scientific saboteurs run the show, because they're going to ruin the show, and they're going to ruin our friendship, like they almost did before. Well, by bombarding you with essay after essay after essay, and a lot of it was just, we, in vernacular, we'd say hot air, just not blowing off steam. What's the expression? Speculation. I mean, I don't want to waste our friendship on speculation. It's just stupid. I don't want it, not on scientific or even, not theological, not any kind of speculation. I don't mind. That's probably you. Let's see. Yeah, it is you. The good Ranger Minsk had a pet hamster named Boo. And they would fight evil with others in the classic D&D. That's so cool. Hey. Hey. That button is in the wrong place. So let's see. Hold on a second. I would love to do this live. Like, yeah, I think you know what I mean. I'll save it for later, but I would love to look at this live with, meaning live with you, live. Watch it live with you. Um, but this recording like this is not really. I mean, it's a recording, so anyway, I'll figure it out at some point. I'll figure out how to do something live for fun. I mean, like watch a movie with you or something. I don't know. Maybe we can someday we can do stuff like that. I just after bombarding you with essay after essay, the reason, and I call those essays because they were just like opinion and speculation, and I'm really tired of that stuff. I'm tired of wasting your time, and I'm tired of wasting. Actually, I'm more tired of wasting my time on speculation and opinion. This guy, on my own speculation, my own opinion, and the reason the reason that I what do you call it can say it like that is because I feel like I've finally gotten to the point, you know, uh, what do you call it, divine inspiration. You know, I've been praying a lot these last few months, a lot. I mean, a lot. I've been praying a lot these last few months, and God, and how I don't want to get all start a debate on terminology and how to label God and whatnot, but I mean, not with you or anybody. But God has shown me about myself, about my, what do you call it, my own insecurities and my own hang-ups and my own saboteurs and my own, what do you call it, like I was describing something to Doug recently, and I realized that I was